11:25 on your Thursday morning. We have Eric Raditz live here this morning to discuss this week's issue of Florida Weekly. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be here.
Welcome in the studio, Eric.
It's great to be. Your team did such a great job during the hurricane, all from
Really
leading up to it,
Thank
during
you.
it, had you on air on the radio, and even till now, the coverage is outstanding. You guys, I've never seen better coverage.
Well,
Appreciate
thank you.
it.
We appreciate it. I mean, obviously, it's a community effort, everything that went into building up to the storm and then in the aftermath as well. And I think you guys are actually hitting on that in this week's issue, right?
Absolutely. There's so many heroes during the storm of Ian, and we cover them. We take a look at some of the stories, some outright folks who are like being saved from the storm, to even folks who are just helping out in need a little bit. And then folks like you here at NBC too, we feature Allison Ray, your chief meteorologist. Not to single out, we know Rob Duns and Lauren and everyone did a great job. But you know, when you saw kind of what she did and what your team did, you definitely saved lives. You guys are heroes, and you know, especially when we saw her going through continuing her professionalism while she lost so much and while she was concerned about her neighbors. She's one of a few stories that we tell in this week's Florida Weekly as to those in our community who answered the call in this time of need.
Some incredible stories coming out of that. I'm looking forward to reading that. Let's turn to this week's business section. What can we expect?
Well, when you're a leader in business, there's a few things that you should do and a few things that you shouldn't do. And this week, we take a look at some of them that keep you respected amongst your employees. For example, we don't want our business leaders to be too micromanagey. We want to make sure that they take show accountability and have accountability, but also don't dishearten employees. So this week, we talk about this in our business section.
You have another section. We've been kind of previewing a few of the theater events that are starting to get back underway. Tell me a little bit about that here locally, because that's, you know, that's such a huge part of Southwest Florida.
Well, there's a saying in the showbiz world that they say the show must go on, and and it does, and the show has gone on. This picture you see on the cover is Florida Repertory Theater. We always enjoy the professional shows that we see down there, for example. But while they're repairing, the Alliance for the Arts has offered them a home to step up and continue their performances at the Alliance for the Arts.
That's great.
So that's one, but we take a look at pretty much all the theaters in the area. What are they doing? What have they done to help each other? And what shows can you go out and see? You know, there's one sense of normalcy once we make sure that we're all doing okay as we're repairing and improving our lives, is to get back out a little bit. So certainly a sense of normalcy. There is actually theater activity that's going. You can go enjoy right now.
And to touch on that return to somewhat of a normalcy, what type of things are coming back to town that we've maybe missed out on the past couple of weeks?
Well, we watched our theater one. We saw the Florida Repertory Theater. We see that there is actually a lab theater is one that's coming out. We have other visits from Smash Mouth. The band Smash Mouth will be in town. Jekyll and Hyde the musical at New Phoenix Theater. There's comedy. There's karaoke. As mentioned, Lady Day at the Alliance for the Arts presented by Florida Repertory Theater. This and plenty actually to do. We saw our calendar go from 0 pages back up to about 2 or 3 pages now. Check us out online on Stands on Your Device, and this little cute QR code, which gets your entire issue right in there into your living room.
We can all use a little comedy at this point in time.
Helps us to keep our hearts light as much as possible.
Yes.
Absolutely. Seems like a really good addition. We'll definitely be picking up a copy for ourselves for sure. Well, thanks, Eric. Thanks for swinging by as always.
Always a pleasure.
We'll see you next week.
Sound good.
Well, coming up, you have